Hello, Internet. This is James, your favorite stock ticker picker guy, fella, and I'm going to do a quick update on AMC Entertainment Holdings, America's largest movie theater chain. Fair disclosure, I am a member of the Unlimited Regal plan, which is their competitor. I get to go to Regal theaters whenever I want to and watch as many movies as I want for free, and I have to pay $22 a month for that privilege. They've kind of taken a different route. But I can vouch for a lot about the movie theater business since I've been there a dozen times in 3 months. It's a blast. I'm going to do a review of AMC Entertainment Holdings. I can't predict who's going to buy them out. I guess they have all kinds of suitors at this point. They also just tried to do a reverse stock split, which was rejected temporarily. While they're thinking about it, I don't understand the benefit or why they would feel the need to do a reverse stock split at almost $5. But just the fact that it didn't get the reverse stock split, people seem to like that to the tune of 20% in one day. 5 days, just a hair down. A month, 9%. 1 year, 73%. Yeah, we know what's happened to this stock. The big looming question, are movie theaters dead? Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're the opposite of dead. Sometimes they're the craziest, most populated, filled places you can imagine. I don't know who went and saw Top Gun when it came out. The place was packed, and it was packed for weeks. Everyone knows where it is. Everyone wants to go see a movie. They want something good to come out. When something good comes out, they all go there. Spider-Man 3 just came out. Huge, same thing all over again. Regal Theaters is doing special nights. They're doing vintage movies. They're doing rock concerts. They're doing UFC fights. They're doing all kinds of different things to put butts in those seats. And even on the deadest night at Regal, you have 6 people selling popcorn. And I don't know how they afford to keep those people, since it seems like you're the only one in the theater. You look around, there's like 5 people in the theater on some of these showings. And sometimes it's, 80%, 90% full. Just depends on what you see and when you see it. It's kind of like a restaurant, and if you walk in at 3 p.m., there's nobody there. If you walk in at 7 p.m., the place is packed. So you can get a different reaction from a movie theater depending on what time you can go to it. But let's just look at the raw numbers for it. First of all, let's just get a 5-year chart. Let's see. Them in their heyday at $50. This would have been when people were allowed to go back to the movie theaters, perhaps. I don't know what happened here. But the middle of 2021, it got lit. And then it started to cool off all the way down since then. This was a $30, $40 stock. Before that, it had a long life in the $6, $7, $8, $9 range, right around 2020. And before that, it was up in the $20 range. The maximum chart shows you a $20 long history coming down to the $5 range. Here it's, around 2017, 18, 19. So the stock's been, I'd say, in its heyday, 20-something dollars. At its pinnacle, $60 for a short bit. Maybe that's right when they let everybody come back in. This big spike. And then it's just been tapering away ever since, coming back probably to Earth. Right now we're probably at Earth. Let's see what their numbers look like. I don't know really what to expect. They are, wow, interesting. Well, shut down in 2020, so they had a complete pass for that, obviously. They get a pass for 2021. We're not going to hold that against them. Half the country was shut for that as well. This is not their doing. This is not their fault. How does the business recover after that? That's what we're going to be interested in. And the pre-COVID, $5.45 billion for the year and $110 million in profit. And over here we lost $149 million on the same revenue. Um, this just needs to be ignored. They literally bolt locked the doors of the theater and wouldn't let people in for most of 2020 in just about every state. This little bit of revenue was probably Florida that was open. We let people back in the theaters for a little while. 2021, a couple more states opened up, again, affording them no chance. We're going to start holding them accountable again in 2022, see if they can bring their business back. I just got done doing a stock review on Carnival Cruise Lines, and they're back to full capacity on their ships, and they were driving people out in the middle of the ocean and not letting them come home for a month. That's how bad it was for COVID with the Carnival Cruises. And if Carnival Cruises can make a full comeback to full revenue, I would expect that AMC probably would also. Their quarterly revenue, here we go, going all the way up to December of 2022. We'll see if there's a more recent one than that. 1.17 billion, 785 billion, then boom back up 1.17, 968, 990. Yeah, they're back to trolling around $1 billion a quarter, which is about $4 billion a year, which in their heyday, they were at 5.47 billion a year. They're not too far away from their heyday again, folks. 2022 has them around or close to $1 billion a year, so that's probably where they're at here as they're flowing into this year. Is it rising quarterly? Not necessarily. I'd say it's just bouncing back and forth. It's either seasonality or it's just moving with when the good movies come out. It's probably summer and winter or something like that. That's when they get their big rush. They're charging like $13 a ticket for your seat now. Popcorn is still like $12 and your Coke is still $5. They still have strip club prices on everything. They're losing money. They're probably still paying back their COVID back rents and their bills that they had to procrastinate and people they had to work with and people they didn't pay rent to. I would imagine that this is going to balance out to be correct. It's not exactly shrinking. The revenue is shrinking and the debt is also expanding. Let's see why. It's going to be on the balance sheet. More debt than revenue, more debt than assets. $11 billion in debt currently. Debt's not going down, but maybe a little bit. Here's 10 billion, 12.52, 10 to, so yeah, they shook $1 billion of debt in 4 quarters. They're going to have to shake it a lot farther than that. You can't have $11.76 billion in debt and only do per year $4 billion. Your math just doesn't add up if you're in a service and you're in a 90% margin industry. To have 4 times more debt than you have revenue coming in every year is just not going to cut it. They need to lose the debt somehow. It's triple. No, it's quadruple. Their debt is quadruple. Yeah, so at this pace, they're not even going to make their payments. So this version of the company that you're seeing here, this new operating cost, this new upside downness, operating cost is $1 billion almost, 677 million. It's almost the revenue. Well, no, it actually doesn't look that bad. No, am I looking? Yeah, I'm looking at the whole year here. Operating expense 677 million out of 4 billion. It actually doesn't seem too bad. I would imagine their operating cost includes their overhead on their debt, and that would certainly be something they could afford. The operating costs would include employees. It would include the rent. It would include the power. It might not include cost of goods sold or the money they have to send to Hollywood. but it would certainly include their debt. So, this is a tough one. Well, no wonder you handed this one off to me. Huh. I don't know. My mind is blown. Earnings per share, negative 69 cents. It's everything's up and down. It's just like bizarro land. Look at their assets. Assets way up, way down, way up, way down. It's like, come on. I mean, are they calling a movie an asset while they have it, and then after they return it back, it's not? Or what is this? I'm guessing the debt is the locations and credit cards added together, and the assets are going to be the movie theaters themselves that they bought. Most of this offsets each other. The difference between assets and liabilities in this case is about a little over $2 billion. I would say that's really how much they're in the hole, is about $2 billion upside down on a $3 billion company that's doing actually $4 billion a year, and probably coming right back to $5 billion a year. I don't know. I think the whole thing depends on how good a movies that they continue to put out. Americans love to go to the movie theater, and it blew my mind the more often I went, how often I would see large crowds there. What's disturbing at Regal is they have unlimited customers, and you walk in the door, you buy this thing, this unlimited pass, and nobody even wants to see it. There's nobody selling tickets at the windows out front. It's creepy. You think the place is closed. You walk in, there's a bunch of concession people. Nobody asks to see your ticket. You walk into the theater, you sit down in your seat. Still nobody has asked to see your ticket. Been there 30 times, something nobody's wanted to ever see a ticket at all. I almost wonder why I paid for the thing. So I hope your experience at AMC is better than that. I don't know. I think if some good movies are coming out, any quarter that you see a bunch of good movies coming out, they're doing good. You go there on opening night, and for the following 2 weeks, that thing's packed every night of the week with a full capacity. And it's dead as a doornail during the day, and it's dead as a doornail when there's nothing good in the theater. But then all of a sudden it comes to life. It's very fickle. And the fact that they've been put up, that they're tracking, which I just find this shocking, that their revenue is almost back, to pre-COVID, which is just amazing. I'd like to be able to look at the quarterly numbers on a longer chart, like an all-in chart. I want to see what people did back in 1990, like how often people went to the movies. How much dying is this? It's not dying much since 2021, probably, besides the COVID thing. I think whatever it's leveled to in today's world. And it was profitable in today's world. Let's make a strong note of that. It did have its quarter of awesomeness back in, 2018. That wasn't too long ago. And this one here, they probably could have hit it if they would have wanted to. They just decided to buy something. And then came the beast. God, how sad. The future of this place, I don't know. Do you want a reverse split? Do you not want a reverse split? I'd say no. I like $4. I don't have any problem with that, or $5. I don't need to see it at 10. It's not going to make me feel any better. I'm not sure what benefit anyone gets out of it. I guess it wasn't good market news, and they prefer it where it is. Jeff Bezos was talking about buying this thing out the other day, and I thought it was sold. It was jockeying back and forth on the stock price to the offering price. I think that's probably why it went up 20% in a day. I thought it was before Thursday, but maybe it was Thursday. But yeah, and if it is an offering, if somebody's made an offer and it's going to be stuck at that price, it's just flat not going anywhere until the thing sells. If it doesn't sell, and that's why Jeff Bezos wants it. He knows what it can do. And he knows he's got probably enough material on Amazon Prime to run, nonstop movies that he gets for free, probably. I don't know what his nutty idea is. And then add that to good stuff in Hollywood. Maybe that's his plan, stuff he doesn't have to pay for. Or maybe he bailed out of the deal already. I have no idea. This was just a couple of days ago. I saw in the news. Next question, is it worth $4.90? For a company that loses money, for a company that might make money. Even if they do make money, let's just pretend we can live in the day of 2018 again. And let's just pretend for the year we made $110 million. And we have 500 million outstanding shares. God. Yeah, at 500 million outstanding shares. Let's pretend we made $100 million. It's 20 cents a share. I guess that could be a $5 company. I can't argue with the price too much. I'd say minimum $3, maximum $6 to $8. Probably a $5 company. But does it have any high PE or high super growth Google, Tesla type in its infancy potential? Probably not. Or it could if somebody can figure the damn thing out. Maybe they can steal some ideas from Regal and turn this thing into a UFC fight night and charge $50 a head and pack the house. They need to, there's plenty of good ideas out there to be stolen and to be used, and maybe they need to put a stage up front and start renting it out to high schools so they can put on their plays. Maybe they need to, there's a lot you can do at these theaters. You can have comedians play them. They can be full-fledged venues. It's a large room with a screen on it. You can just put the curtain up, throw a little stage up front, and you got yourself a full house for pretty much any event you want to. I would say the potential for this is unlimited. I think you're buying tens of thousands of stages across America and movie theaters. You're not stuck in one dimension here. If movies are dead, they will evolve this past movies and it will become the ballet. And it's going to be the AMC ballet. It's going to be the AMC live boxing. It's going to be the AFC school play. It's going to be the AMC something. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think what they are is a bunch of buildings with arena seating in there. With plenty of room to do what you want to do. And right now they've made the choice to do movies, and it could be very well a profitable venture. And you know what, if it turns out not to be, whoever it is that buys this place or owns it can hang a left turn anytime they want. There's easily 100 business models to utilize these buildings in the same fashion, just with different entertainment venues. Instead of giving Hollywood the money, give it to the local college. Let them start doing all their events at your theater. But I don't know. I like it. I do like it. I think it has a chance on being profitable again. Some good movies come out. It seems like it's priced properly, at least for what it used to do. Is it priced properly for what it's doing now? No. It's got the revenue of what it used to do almost, so maybe if we're expecting this loss to go away, and I think it will. I think this is them just still paying for COVID. This is the COVID shrink, and COVID was a beating, then it was a very small beating, and then it was a tinier beating. They got this beating much smaller than before by 300. By a bunch. $300 million less of a beating. So could the next one turn into a non-beating? I don't know. They're tracking a better beating. Here they were tracking in June a fantastic non-beating. So they still got it on the recipe book. Same in December. They still got it on the recipe book to get really close. They still got it on the recipe book to throw up $5 billion. Here they're at $1.17 billion for the quarter in June of 2022. to say they can't get back. I mean, I feel like they're at $5 billion now. I feel like they're at 4.5 to 5.5 billion. They're back to their 2018 glory on revenue. I think the profit is self-fixing. If you think movies is going out of style, I think you're forgetting what these places are. They're not just movie theaters. And for that reason, I say, yeah, to anybody that buys this thing, you could be buying yourself a chain of God knows what. You might have a whole nother vision for it, and it might be the hottest thing that ever happened. So I'd be interested. I wouldn't go all in on it. I would definitely buy a lot of shares, though, but not enough to make it a meaningful part of my portfolio. But I would definitely be of interest to see where it goes from here. I think it's going to go either up sideways or to the moon. I don't think it's going to zero. It's too useful. It's too useful to too many people. Yeah, AMC Entertainment Holdings. I'm not going to grade it. I'm surprised we're still talking about it. I thought this one was the most shorted stock in the world. Maybe it is, actually. I wouldn't surprise me. Everybody's kind of stereotype on movie theaters is one thing, and I don't think they're really realizing what the company is or can be in so many different other industries. But AMC, there you go. It's priced right from what it should be a year from now. I don't think it's priced right for what it is today. But if it's getting this offer today, it's the right price. So there you go. I think it sticks around $4.90 until whatever this buyout thing is over. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong company. I hope I'm not. But yeah, I think it's kind of stuck at this price for a little while. From there, if it doesn't go through or if they don't get bought out, then it moves around where it belongs, somewhere between $4 and $6. And if it flips a profit, $8, $9, $10, we're going right back to speculative hope for a better future again. Every time a good movie comes out, it's going to just pucker up on the thought of it. So we'll see. They're the largest movie theater in the country. And are these places gone yet? Who cares? It's a building with chairs in it. It's a venue. People have gotten married at a lot worse places than this. It's going to be something, whether they're going to show movies on the screen or UFC matches or whatever it is. They're going to get their clients. They're going to get the butts in the seat. They're going to do it one way or the other. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching the video, and have a wonderful afternoon. Good night. Please like my video and subscribe.